Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank Chairman Sessions for his continued leadership here in the House of Representatives, and especially on this issue in the Rules Committee. I rise today, Mr. Speaker, in support of this rule and the underlying bill, which we're calling Kate's Law. Mr. Speaker, we're calling this crackdown on illegal immigration and sanctuary city policies Kate's Law after Kate Steinle. For those of you who don't know the story of Catherine Kate Steinle, she was a beautiful 32-year-old woman from Northern California who was murdered on the streets of San Francisco while walking on a pier with her father 2 years ago this weekend. Murdered. The alleged murder, an illegal immigrant named Juan Francisco, had 7 felony convictions and had been deported from the United States 5 times. Deported 5 times. Let that sink in. It's truly unbelievable, Mr. Speaker. And yet, he was back in our country after maneuvering through the previous administration's weak southern border and negligent immigration enforcement. And then he lived in San Francisco due to that city's blatant disregard for federal law, a sanctuary city. San Francisco was no sanctuary for Kate, no sanctuary for that beautiful 32-year-old woman. If this story isn't a clear sign that our system is broken, I don't know what is. We need Kate's Law to increase criminal penalties for illegal felons like Juan Francisco, who have been convicted for crime, deported, and then decided once again to illegally re-enter the United States of America, a sovereign nation. Kate's Law is straightforward. It's common sense, and it is the right beginning to make our homeland safer and get smart about immigration policy. It's time for us to make America safe again by addressing the lack of enforcement of federal law. Kate's Law is the right answer. I want to thank Chairman Goodlatte for introducing Kate's Law so we can crack down on this kind of illegal behavior that so often means life or death for American citizens. It's time to enforce the law. The gentlelady a few minutes ago was talking about the law. Well, there are laws on the books that say it's illegal to enter this country. There are laws on the books that prohibit these type sanctuary cities or sanctuary campuses as we're now seeing. And I hope Congress will cut off the funding to these cities. It's time to get their attention to enforce federal law. So I'm pleased the White House has vocalized their support for the underlying bill should it reach President Trump's desk. Now I call upon my colleagues, both Republicans and Democrats, to support the rule and the underlying bill. It's time again to make America safe again and honor young women like Kate. This should be a bipartisan issue. Should be. Respect for the rule of law and protect the American citizen is really that simple, and I yield back.
Gentleman,